mean, it's just a job after all, isn't it? Some people deliver the post, I jump over rivers and fight tigers.
People think that's easy.
They don't see all the bloody time I spent coaching these lads through training mode. Once this little bugger from Cleveland couldn't get me out of an alley, then left me on pause for 12 hours. I mean, how hard is it to press reset before you turn me off?
Good point.
G4, TV for gamers.
Hey, today on Buried Treasure, we're taking a look at one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games of all time. It's called Toon Grand Prix, and believe it or not, this game was developed by the same guys that made Gran Turismo. In fact, when the PlayStation first launched, they launched with this game. One of my favorite parts about this game is all the different characters that are in there, and they're really well set up by these cool CG cinema intros. You've got characters like Captain Rock and Vanity and Billy the Tough, which is represented by this giant train. You can see that Polyphony Digital was all about giving players lots and lots of stuff to unlock as they progress through the game. Now, Captain Rock is sort of the default car in the game. He handles pretty stably. I mean, he handles the way that you think the car would handle, but then there's all kinds of wacky characters in the game, like the Penguin Brothers, which is sort of a stretched out version of the Captain Rock car, and it takes much wider cornering. The weirdest car in the game, though, has to be the Raptor and Raptor sort of UFO anti-gravity vehicle, and that thing is almost impossible to control. One thing that's really clever about the way that these guys designed the game is that the tracks aren't sort of hemmed in by invisible walls. You can go off the track anytime you want, and if there's a world there to explore, you can just keep on going. Now, you can't have a cartoon racer without lots of wacky power-ups, and this game has tons of them, including literally a 32-ton weight that you can drop on your opponents, which is kind of funny. Even way back in 1995, you could see how talented the guys at Polyphony Digital were, and this game is a great sort of bookend to what Gran Turismo 3 turned out. You guys should check this out for your PlayStation 1. It's called Toon Grand Prix. All right, let's switch topics completely now. We'll talk about an action role-playing game called Dungeon Siege from Microsoft. This game's a collector's dream because all you do in this game is you beat up on people or on krugs or wasps, and then they leave all kinds of weapons and ammo and armor and really cool things that you pick up and acquire, and then basically as the collector you kind of have to decide what you hold on to and what you get rid of and what you share with your other party members.
See, that's always been a problem with me with RPG games, though. Is it like you hit the I button on the keyboard for your inventory,
yeah,
and this big list of like 30 or 40 items comes up. Where exactly are you carrying? I was picking up like a stick, a knife, give me some of that, and a book, and a potions.
They had really big pockets.
It felt like that scene from The Jerk, you know, and that's all I need.
And this lamp.
And this stick.
This is Chris Taylor. He's the guy that created Total Annihilation. And that game was really turning the RTS, the real-time strategy genre, on its ear because it offered a full 3D environment and the camera could spin and you could zoom in and zoom out and all that stuff. Well, he's done that to this kind of style of gameplay. You've got multi-layer, multi-level environments. I mean, you can walk into castles and they'll have these spiral staircases that will go up and up and up.
There's nothing more satisfying than putting an arrow through some dude's skull, and they'll still walk around with the arrow in them, and then you just sit there and pound them. I was nailing this one guy, he had 20 arrows sticking out of him.
The Krug stole most of our wares, but you won't get a better deal on what we got left. What can I show you?
I got to get rid of this flower because it's itching me.
What, you're not secure in your masculinity or something?
No, it's just itching me.
And what you have to do to really get the most out of this game is understand the tactical elements, the formations, the placement. You know, do you want to storm into an open doorway and start battling everybody at close range, or do you want to stay behind the door and fire off your arrows and let the creatures pile into you?
But I mean, that's all you really do though in this game is you're pointing and clicking and again, it's not nothing.
It gets really crazy though. I mean, it's not like it's.
But the problem is that even when you play on a really fast machine, when all these beasts and monsters and spider guys are attacking you, the game like chugs and actually goes almost to a dead stop.
Okay, I will give you that. You have to either set your game settings quite low if you don't have a very fast machine, or you have to save up the money and go get a real kick-ass machine. I'm not going to go on the record and say that I'm the biggest fan of RPGs, but I know a great game when I see one. I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10.
And I give it a 7.
A 7. You're ridiculous.
Do I stutter?
No, you don't stutter, but it doesn't sound right. On the positive side, we both love the graphics and presentation of Dungeon Siege. We thought that the arrow through the head aspect of this game was really fun. We thought the 3D camera and flexibility of the engine was excellent. And I really loved the online play. I thought the online play was terrific.
On the negative side, some people may find the type of gameplay very repetitive. You have to have a pretty smoking machine in order to get this to run in its high-res mode. And finally, if you're looking for a real arcade-style action-adventure game like a Gauntlet, you may be a little disappointed here.
Today on the show, we looked at Mr. Mosquito. We thought the game featured fresh, original gameplay, but the cinematics sucked more than the Mosquito does. We also looked at DropShip for the PlayStation 2, and we thought the variety of vehicles in the game were great, but it does get very difficult. On the Xbox, we looked at World Series Baseball 2K3. We thought it featured a perfect pitcher-batter interface, but it's missing that land play or that online gameplay that you want out of that machine. On the PC, we looked at Dungeon Siege. Now, this game features a great 3D camera and tons of flexibility in the control, but you need a powerful system to get the most out of this game. In hardware, we looked at the Pelican Light Shield. Now, this thing lights your Game Boy screen, and it also protects it. In our pocket reviews, I looked at the Scorpion King Sword of Osiris. Now, I think fans of The Rock or the Scorpion King movie are going to enjoy this game quite a bit.
Hey, I just want to say the people of Caracas have been very kind to Judgment Day. Thanks for having us out here.
Yeah, it's a real jungle out here, isn't it?
It is a jungle out here.
Welcome to the jungle.
We'll see you guys next time on Judgment Day.
You know
What do you
I'm
give
saying?
this parrot?
I give this parrot a 3.0.
3.0. I don't think he doesn't like that score. Be careful there.
Okay.
That's not a good score for a parrot.
What I'm saying is, what am I saying?
What you're saying?
No,